Hi everybody, how's it going today? Today is now Wednesday, January 24th. It's 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in Canada for the people that are wondering, and a lot of people have also been wondering what are some really good books to be looking at for Elliot Wave. Well, I want to show you guys what some of my favorite books are. William O'Neill's Stock Market. Okay, this is an awesome book. It's called How to Make Money in Stock Market there. It's a very basic book as well, but it gives you an overall idea of how the stock market works and it relates to cryptocurrency as well. And some of my favorite books for Elliot Wave would be the visual guide. This is a complicated book, okay? This is a more of an intermediate book, but it's called the Visual Guide to Elliot Wave Trading. I've got a huge bookcase. I've got so many books on the stock market. I love them. So I'll be slowly recommending things for people to read. And another really good book is called Elliot Wave. And just type in Elliot Wave PDF in Google, and then you'll get this one coming up, Elliot Wave, right here. It's called A.J. Frost, Robert Precher, okay? That's a phenomenal book as well. You can just get a PDF version of it. The original book is about 400 pages long. This is the condensed one that I use for reference. It's about 150 pages long. So keep in mind that Elliot Wave is a very extensive topic. It takes a long time it's easy to learn, but hard to master because there are a lot of different sub-rules, and you got to develop your eye, right? It takes a lot of eye, noticing it. In general, your eye has to be able to spot tops and bottoms, but with a lot of practice, Elliot Wave definitely does help. I know a lot of people use things like Wyckoff as well. They'll use like wolf theory, right? They'll use Elliott wave theory as well. They'll use harmonic patterns. There's a lot of things that we can add to our repertoire of skills to advance our trading. And the ultimate goal is to eventually have a really big set of skills where we can choose the right one to use at the specific circumstance. So some strategies are a lot better, right? So we try to do a mix and match of all of it. So I hope this gave you guys a little bit of an idea of some of the books that I really enjoy reading that can help you. So Litecoin guys, if you guys enjoy my videos, I'd really appreciate an upvote on steemit. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share it to all the content on Twitter and on YouTube as well. I will be taking TA on request. I apologize if I can't get to every single comment, guys. Trust me, I've got your backs, guys. I will be doing TA on really popular coins that need TA, that lack TA. So I've got your back, guys. And if you guys especially love these videos and you want to donate to the cryptocurrency piggy bank, it honestly goes straight to my dog. I know that I joke about her having a drinking problem, like with tequila and vodka, but obviously I take really good care of her, and she's my babe, you know, like I'm a pet lover, I'm a dog lover. She is so spoiled, that girl. You guys can probably tell how much I love her. So she does not have a drinking problem. She does not have a smoking problem or a drug problem. Okay, guys, she is pretty clean from what I know. So it doesn't actually go to her liquor cryptocurrency piggy bank. Okay? It goes towards her vet bills just as an emergency for something down the road. In case you guys are actually crazy enough to think that I give my dog liquor. Like, come on. I guess you guys probably would think that, right? I do have it in my personality to make some outrageous jokes there. So Litecoin, guys, we're always going to go back to memory lane, okay, guys? Memory lane. What, guys, come on. Oh, this one was so amazing. I'm gonna like, you know, print off some of my major charts that I've gotten, like that I nailed, that made a lot of people very successful and happy, etc., etc. And yeah, this one was so good, guys. I'm so proud of this one. November 12, $57 to $63 entry, 177 target. So I will be printing off these big ones. I even nailed this short, guys, by $2, okay? $2 there. It was so good, this short. It actually went up to $102, but you know, entry is up to you guys. But it went to $80.28, okay? Everyone thought I was crazy that I was going to go down there, but it actually did go down there. It was a cool short. So let's take a look at Litecoin. We're going to do a review of Elliot Wave, which is going to be on my list of tutorials to do for you guys very soon. I love Elliot Wave. Have you guys noticed who brought Elliot Wave to crypto pretty much? I'd probably say it was Hyjin and I. You know, the thing about Hyjin and I is, I don't know if you guys know this, okay? But like, obviously I love Hyjin. He's a wonderful guy and everything, okay? But when I first started out, like, YouTubing on cryptocurrency, I made it a mission to beat Hyjin in subscribers, right? He had about 10K, I had like 1,000, and then I actually surpassed him in December, the beginning, I got about 14K, I think, and he was still like at 11, 12K. And I was like getting, the subscriber base was getting huge, right? But because I took a break like near the end of November to December-ish, right? During the biggest bull market, so Hygiene pumped out these TAs, and when I came back in January, I saw he had like 40, 50,000 subscribers. So, so I'm sure that around the same time when we both started, I'm doing a lot of videos on there. I think that no one else does Elliot Wave on cryptocurrency, so I'm pretty sure that him and we will have single-handedly bring Elliot Wave to cryptocurrency. And I think in a few years, if our if we are consistent and we keep releasing these videos that try to help the public, that a lot of people are going to be very, very interested in Elliot Wave soon. And I can already feel you guys just wanting to learn Elliot Wave, right? Elliot Wave is awesome. So I'm sorry for talking a lot this video, guys. Sometimes I just feel like talking to you guys and just getting things off my chest. And I honestly don't get out a lot. That is the absolute truth. When you do this full time, guys, you live in a shell, and you tend to isolate yourself a lot more. And it just happens incidentally over time, It's like it's not like you're trying to do it on purpose. So you guys are my way to the world, so I don't live under a rock. And trust me, I read all the comments that you guys write, despite me having time to reply to all of them or not. But I do try to address them in an overall video here and there. Just over time. So Elliot Wave says that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves going up, okay? And then we take Fibonacci retracement of just wave 1 for wave 2, Fibonacci retracement of just wave 3 for wave 4, and you take Fibonacci retracement of just wave you take it for all 1 to 5 for wave 5. Now after this does something like that, it corrects, okay? It does correct, something like that in there. To a respectable region, we would hope 618, that's the most ideal number in the world. It's part of the Fibonacci sequence. So now let's take a look at this. So we definitely count a bunch of waves going up there already, right? There's quite a few waves. So the way I would count this is I would just take the retracement from right here, I would say, because this one here is most likely, actually, sorry, I'll be more clear. This to me is all of wave, let's see where it was actually. Yeah, this was the breakout. 1. Sorry, I'm being very unclear. I apologize. I'm trying to get the proper wave count. I can't remember how I counted it exactly, but I believe that all of this was like wave 1 before, something like that, 2, 3, and there's still another wave to go up there. So I was taking, I remember Fibonacci. Okay, now I clearly remember, from the $30 range here to right about there. So Fibonacci, we get it between the 618 Fib region, right? So this was actually a perfect buy zone right here. Obviously, we always want to try to catch between the 618 and the 0.5 region. So this is actually in a prime place to be looking to enter right now. I'm no financial advisor, but I'm seeing in general, people look towards the 0.5, 0.618 Fibonacci region. And now what we try to do is we try to isolate it and break it down to some possible patterns in Elliott Wave. And this one's really easy, actually. This one just goes a simple zigzag like that. And with an A to B, we always see an ABC structure in here like that. And on the C, there's always 5 waves. So we actually end up getting 5 perfect waves. It could not have gotten any more ideal than this, just by wick and territory 1 and 5 waves, just like that. And I'm sure there's 5 waves down as well over here, which we've probably counted many times as well. I'm sure that there's 5. I'm just too lazy to count it, to be honest, guys. But what we're more concerned about is this area right here. And a lot of the coins that I've been doing TA on, we've been taking an average point, like right around here, here as well, right? Basically, we count this as our wave 1 territory. And in our wave 1 territory, wave 4 usually does not retrace it by more than a wick. So now, if I do Fibonacci extension, what I see is that this one does more than a 1-to-1 extension. In fact, a perfect almost extension right there. So this is the 1-to-1 extension. What people like to do is they short it, right, on the 3rd wave coming down. So they'll short it right at the end of the second one, as soon as they've confirmed downtrend maybe. So this would have been an ideal position to short it right below the EMA. Because now you have confirmed that this is the top, you have the points A, B, and C. So what you do is you take Fibonacci extension like this, right? Fibonacci extension, and you just assume that the whole thing could at least go to a 1-to-1. That's how I'm very successful with my shorts, because I'm like, these are very specific strategies that I'm mentioning, and I hope that you guys are making note of it, okay? There are specific points to enter, okay? Just as an example like this, a lot of people don't enter on wave 1, they wait till the wave 2 consolidates, right? Like right around here, wherever it is. They wait for the wave 2 to consolidate, and then once they confirm that it has not retraced back to 100% there, and it's actually an impulse wave up, they'll enter on strength when the volume starts to pick up and an uptrend is confirmed. So the wave 3 is the most typical one to actually enter on, because people don't usually try to catch the bottom. What a lot of people do is they wait for a confirmation of an uptrend first, right? And now that your waves 1 and 2 is formed, what you just do is on an uptrend confirmation, you just do Fibonacci extension and you just target 1-to-1 again. Guys, 1-to-1, like I'm not kidding. This is crazy how well it works. And you apply the same concept to right over here, right? If this is wave 1 right here, and you've now confirmed the downtrend where I circled, well, we're looking for a bottom somewhere of wave 3 or 5. And you just take Fib extension right there, 1-to-1. And that's where you'd want to try to close your short position. So where you enter on wave 2, like around there, or even right here, you would enter once you have confirmation, right? So there's a lot of things to factor into a strategy. And me, I'm going to be entering on basically an EMA crossover, or hopefully a wave 3. I will not be entering on a wave 1 for my swing trading positions here. So now that we have that, I mean, we're so close to the bottom, in my opinion. If I just count these 5 waves in here, every single coin, guys, is pretty much in the same spot right now, okay? Litecoin is pretty much on its 5th subwave. That's about to come down, I think. I think Bitcoin is pretty much in the same boat. I think IOTA is in the same boat as well, where I've done the TA on. So if this was 1, 2, 3, you know, whatever, 4 up there, there's got to be maybe a 5th touch somewhere down there, right? It just makes sense. So this one does pretty much a 1-to-1 extension on the nose, like literally, perfect wave 3 there. And wave 5 should be of a very similar magnitude as well. And you guys know how I confirmed a short-term downtrend? I confirmed a short-term downtrend because of this massive volume right there that just breaks upwards and then gets pushed down right away, and it was rejected, right? So the bulls attempted to push it up, but the bears have pushed it back down now. So this makes sense to me right now. I mean, the most rational thing that I can say is if this low was 137 right there, then obviously my buy zone is I'm gonna look first of all for a double bottom right there, right where wave 3 ended. Maybe that'll be right there. And then, you know, all of this is 5, and then C is literally complete there. So a key point would be here first, say 164, 164, that's where the previous swing low was. 164 to like 170-ish, you know, 175-ish. This is a really key point to keep an eye on to see when the volume picks up. And then another key point is obviously right around the 137 area that I was talking about earlier. That's a really low area, but hopefully wave 5 is not a really long wave, because that'll be longer than waves 1 and 3, right? And we don't want that. We want it to be very proportional, and we'll assume that it's very proportional as well. So I can't help but think that the bottom is very, very near right now, and we're between 160 to 170 even, right around these regions. So, you know, and if I cleared off everything here as well, and I went on a daily chart, I see some trend lines as well. So if you guys are not familiar with what trend lines are, it's basically taking very valid points that had lots of price action, and then it makes like a slope somehow, right, when you create these lines, and it acts as a resistance or a support. So this is how I'm seeing it right now. I see an A, B, and basically a, you know, maybe a C right around there. Now if I draw my supports in many different ways, right, I can draw it like that maybe. If I go body to body, right, I can draw it like that. If I went on a different time frame as well, let's say I went to a 2-hour time frame, I can go to candle maybe, or even a 1 hour, more extreme. Let's see what we can come up with here. Let's actually go to the very, very bottom end. I mean, we ask ourselves, is it really likely to break into this particular region again? There's not a lot of price activity there. It's more likely to break into maybe this region, I'd say, right? Like this region here, because as soon as it got down to the very low regions there, only wick, a little bit of a body there only, tiny bit more here, more there. So is it logical to assume that we can have pretty much 2 or 3 different price points to look at based on trendline resistance? I think so. So I'm very interested in Litecoin as well. And the main reason I'm interested in Litecoin is because it's absolutely forming some sort of wedge here, guys, where on a really high time frame here, it's squeezing in, right? And regardless of if it breaks out there or not, it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to be able to play it to, you know, a reasonable small short-term gain here. I'll show you guys, like, just as an example, if it got down to about 170, this is what I plan to do. Like, let's say it got to like 170. I just plan to ride it to the top of the resistance here because I think it'll eventually attempt to break it. It always does. Every time the candles reach a price point of the resistance or the support, it's always got a chance of beating it or not beating it, right? And the more times that it ends up getting to that specific point, the more of a chance it has to break it. So this is a very short-term gain. We're talking only a few days, right? It's still like a 20% gain, very little risk as well if we confirm the support, like maybe 5% risk, 4.0 risk to reward ratio, about a 19% gain there. So yeah, so I'm clearly watching for it. I think a lot of people are looking at it as well. The volume is slowly dying off for Litecoin, but I think the volume will pick up very soon again. We are getting some resistance, right, going down. Every time it goes down, breaks up, and the daily chart is about to close in about 4 hours with this little doji. So to me, what a lot of people think of is they think of inside candles, right? They think of inside candles, like who knows, maybe this is even close to the bottom already. And when inside candles form, they usually get tighter and tighter, then something is going to happen. So it could break down, it could break up right now. So we have to really keep an eye on it. Now, as far as indicators go, we are leveling off right here. In fact, we are upticking a little bit right there, okay, bullishly, which is kind of cool. Let's see if we can establish any type of trend here. So like I always say, like, you guys have to make sure you react to the market rather than try to predict, right? Because trying to predict it just gets yourself in a whole lot of trouble. I like to react to things as data comes in, because then I can make better decisions. There's more information. So now we look on the 4-hour chart as well here. We see that it's still in more of the bearish zone here. It's hovering under 60, that's for sure, for the past few days now. But it's not going low. That's the thing, right? It's not really going low. It's leveling out at 35 at least. And now, like the 2-hour chart, this is definitely like a neutral zone there. And we look at the MACD and even the lower time frame. It's definitely in a neutral zone right now. I wouldn't say a bearish zone at all, because we're hovering right around the 55 moving average. It's just going up and down for like 2 days now. Sure, we're bearish according to the 4-hour chart, it's still trending down, right? But I think we are so close to this fifth wave. The fifth wave could even create a double bottom. It could fall short. It can go lower, right? But either way, I think that because it's apexing into a critical point right now, that people are starting to get interested in it again, right? So it's like every other coin out there right now, it's somewhere near its fifth wave, and everybody's just wondering, like, is this the fifth wave? Is this the fifth wave right now? And I do think that Litecoin is very close to there. So long term, my projection is still stands, guys, for some ridiculous returns here. I mean, we're still, like, to me, I'm still looking at a range between at least like $400 to about $470 from the last prediction that I did there long term. So I know people thought it was crazy that Litecoin would get to $300-400, right? I'm sure some people thought I was crazy when I made a Litecoin prediction from $52 to $177, and you know, we hit it. So you guys can't really discount things like that, right? And we always have like, okay, market cap argument, etc., right? You know, the market cap would be worth this price if it was that, blah, blah, blah. But we also have to factor in how much money has been put into the cryptocurrency market from 2017 to 2018 as well. And it's only growing exponentially every year as more awareness is built, and there's a bigger community as well, and more people are hopping on the bandwagon to develop these amazing technologies that can really benefit the world. So Litecoin, don't discount it for a moment that we could get easily to 400, 470 after this wave consolidates and breaks out there. So I apologize if this one was really long overdue. I think that that it was actually really long overdue. So for Litecoin, it's been 13 days now. So yeah, these are my thoughts. If you guys enjoyed my Litecoin analysis, I'd really appreciate an upvote on steemit. Make sure you guys also like and subscribe to all this stuff on Twitter and on YouTube. And if you guys want to donate to the cryptocurrency piggy bank for Luna, you're absolutely welcome to it as well. But don't ever feel obligated, guys. So take it easy and please always stay cautious in the market.